Greetings, Commanders, and welcome back to the Ark of War channel. Today, I am going to show you a simulated battle from the Ark of War private test realm. I am not going to sugarcoat it. I have been trying so hard to get this replay and replays like it for the community, and it has taken me a long time to get here. On this channel, every 3 months or so, we release a meta-defining video. This is that video for GB9. Ladies and gentlemen, may I present Elf versus Golem. Golem of all people. So there's a story about how I got this replay and how I've been working with the developers and the complaints I've made and the players I've talked to and how I was able to convince them that it's essential that all this new gear and troops be proven to be worth its metal, or really its cost. It's not like the old days. This level 40, 50 gear, this new gear, switching commanders, switching armies, switching troops, switching 1.7 million leadership of troops from one tier 12 to the next tier 12, you have to produce proof. And the developers didn't produce proof. And I kept telling them, all the test results we're seeing are showing us these are not going to work. And all the big players agreed that when the Galactic Battle Finals came around, they still agreed old tier 12 was better. But now, I finally have the definitive proof that old tier 12 is quite inferior to the new tier 12, given some circumstances. So I'm going to just throw this replay out there, let you guys watch it, and we're going to break this replay down in many segments over the days to come. But boom, there it is. Golem, penetration with crush, one-shots that elf. Now, there's a lot of other stuff going on here. There's curse damage. There's level 1 skills, which are not level 1. There is an awakening crit wither on elf. There's an awakening dodge on Golem at 600% for both of them. There's a lot to unpack here. You'll notice that the awakening on Golem, here it is. It says level 1, but if you see the damage, it's going to say it's 1/3 or 1/4 of the damage of the main hit. That shouldn't be that way. I think that might be an issue with the test server. But there are more replays coming, right? There is more math breakdowns going to be had, and then a complete breakdown and discussion of all the gear. Now, I'm going to talk a little bit about that just so everyone can walk away with this and going and say, oh, I watched that Melt video today. He got the GB9 replay on how to use the right gear. This is the new meta. So this is the breakdown of it. Okay, so let's go back to the tab here and look at the gear, and I'll go down to the detail on that right now. Oh, if you like this backdrop here, this is a Patreon thing. So if you sign up for Patreon, you do consecutive months, you get mailed out this poster. So if you haven't joined Patreon, you want to get behind the channel and see what I'm up to, check that out. I'm going to plug Patreon before this because, I mean, honestly, that's what makes all this possible. So thanks all the patrons. If it wasn't for you guys pushing, I don't know how I would have got this stuff. And more stuff to come. There's going to be more replays like this. Now that I've got my foot in the door, oh boy, I'm going to be pushing for all kinds of this content. So, that being said, I don't make anything exclusive to patrons. If you can't sign up or you don't want to sign up for Patreon, don't think you're going to miss anything. You're just not going to be the first to see it. Patrons get first access to all this stuff, usually a day or a week in advance, something like that. But all right, the gear. So first off, it's an Elf versus Golem matchup. Golem was a forgotten commander because what it really comes down to is the old tier 12 focused heavily on defensive stats and that terror space ability, which ignores Sui and is based damage off of hit points, right? The amount of hit points you had, the harder it hit. But the overall attack wasn't very good. Then the new troops came out, the new tier 12, and it went back to the old troop style. The stats were more in line with glass cannon, one slot bust offense meta. So the shift to the defense meta in tier 12 with commanders like Elf and Rogers and Reinhardt is shifting back to the offense commanders with normal troops in the new tier 12. But you have to take advantage of those new tier 12 troops, and you have to do enough damage to get past the old tier 12. And the way they're doing that is they're adding this penetration gear. We've seen the Wild Rose, we saw the Dawn Hall, we saw the new tier 12 helms, but we didn't know how to use them just yet. So they just launched the new pants, and they just launched the new chest, the Shura chest, which is probably going to be better than the Shadow, but the Shadow is needed for Resistance Weekend, a little Resistance Weekend insurance. But if you look at the gear, it's all max level 50 gear on this elf. She's using Fearless Pants, Shadow chest, and then the Walker helm with Taurus, Leo, Gemini, Cepheus. All the top hit gems, which is what you need for the old tier 12. Awaken, Crit Wither, and then maximum research, apparently, I can't prove that in this video, but their researchers are equal. If we'll scroll down at the end here, the research is equal. And all of her skills should be level 60, even though they say they're level 1. So you can see all the gems here, max level gems here. It looks like she was doing HP as well. HP, she's running Titans, which isn't the best for Elf because she just uses guaranteed hit to do the tear space damage. She probably should have had EBs there, but it didn't matter because all we're interested in is how hard she got hit, how fast Golem burned through the old tier 12. That was the thing about Elf. She could take the hits. Well, now Golem with just Crush and penetration is doing the trick. Now I want to say there was a Stella build going around when penetration first came out 3 months ago. Odad had a Stella with penetration that was amazing, but it just didn't have enough damage to warrant it because the old tier 12 didn't have that scaling stats, and the new tier 12's damage is 33% higher or something like that. And when you factor in gear and research, what ends up happening is that extra 30% scales way higher. So abilities and spells that increase that damage scale as well. So you get something like this. Here you go. Ignore that. There we go. Crush, Virgo, doesn't matter. And Cepheus, that's nothing. All we're really seeing is a crush hit. That's it. 4.4 billion damage on the crush. 4.4 billion. Okay? The awakening was still 200 something million. Okay? Nothing compared to how hard that crush hit is. So just with the new tier 12 and penetration gear, Golem's crush is now going to be scaling back into the crazy damage like it used to. What is that mathematically? 4.5 billion to 2.5 million. What is that? 1/4 times 4. Never do math. I don't know. Is it 20 times harder on the base hit? And the awakening still hits hard. Look at the damage. It still kills 500 tier 12 per slots on an awakening, which is unheard of against tier 12. But penetration meta works on awakening, apparently. I didn't know that. But you can see the damage. He one-shot it. Now he has this massive shield. Massive shield. So we're going to see that shield come around. But notice the damage he took there. Elf's damage was super high. The curse damage was super high. And then the tear space was super high. So he's a glass cannon build. This Golem could even be a little more glass cannony, but that was a big hit for Elf. Elf is more of a turn after turn. So don't think that Golem is unbreakable here. He just has a couple really good turns here. But good damage on the curse there. This Elf is still no slouch, but it is a very one-sided battle. And don't give me the whole airship versus walker strength and weaken thing. They're not wearing any sweet gear. There's a little advantage here, but no big deal. We're mostly interested in the damage that Crush did, because there you go. He took the hit. He went immune because he has such a big shield. I don't think there's a cap to that shield. We just don't know if that shield stacks with the awakening. But there's another one. Another Crush. Is that Crush? Let's check that again. Yeah, it's a Crush. Now, he doesn't have full troops back there. He's only got 1442 instead of 1777. Okay, here's the hit. 3.167 billion. So 3.2 billion. Okay. Now, remember, this elf apparently has crit with her 600% as her awaken. I can't prove that. That was just sent in the email. So, guys, listen. There's been a few crazy videos on this channel. Bullets Ghost Cannon, the Dawn of Vega and Galactic Battle 5 or 6, the Gilly meta coming back. I mean, those are like the 3 biggest ones. I don't even know if the Gilly one counts. Full Metal, the Full Metal video definitely was good. I didn't really announce it like I did this, but this is it. Now, of course, this is for the super late game players, but don't kid yourself. This is still going to be useful in Tier 9, 10, and 11. Tier 12, you probably want to go back at the beginning to the HP gear. And if you're a defense commander like Rogers or Elf, you're probably in Reinhardt, you're probably going to still use the old tier 12, but offense commanders Stella and Golem are back in it. That means Pictor too, though. Pictor is going to be a monster with the 2 Wild Rose weapons. I mean, he's already got so much guaranteed hit. Pictor is going to be crazy good. But that's it, guys. Welcome to the new era of this channel. We have finally hit that point where the developers are giving us content to work with and push and promote. So if you want to get behind the channel, join Patreon. If you're a high-level player and you want to have advanced level talks about how this gear works and this math, check out Station 22 in the line chat. Message me in the description below. I'll invite you to that. You just got to send proof that you're a 22 with over 100 million power. And then you can join the discussion with all the highest level players. And the next time we do something like this and I need your help, I'll be able to access you and Yeah. Also, we're looking for new episodes of Arcs. So 200 million power plus. Let me know if you want to do an episode of Arcs. Yeah, that's it, guys. I will see you guys tomorrow for Tuesday News Day, where we're going to be digging back into this topic and hopefully start seeing some of the big guys roll out this new gear and show us what it can do. That's it. I'm done.